Welcome back to an otherwise quiet room. If you don't know me, I'm Mandy Connell, the host, and this is an audiovisual series where I interview and sing duets with different artists from around the world. This next episode is filmed live at Newstead Live Music Weekend in January 2019, and I absolutely love this festival, so I'm so pleased to bring you guys clips from it. If you love our series, please check us out at anotherwisequietroom.com.au. You can read chapters of the book. You can find us on our new podcasting medium. Just Google An Otherwise Quiet Room podcast. You'll get there. And if you love us, please hit subscribe on Instagram or on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the other side.
1, 2, 3, 4. Australian woman of sound virtue. I've kept a clean home and I've cared for you. But I have a fiery conscience and I smell a rat. And when we make the next move, there'll be no going back. This talk of revolt and my tea and hot air. I am but a woman, this is what I did. Show this is us, a new republic near the Southern Cross. Raise the flag for all to see. Stake out the lane for liberty. I've sewn baby's clothes and cuts upon your brow. A needle and thread is a woman's plow. The time has come to sow the seeds, so we'll sow a flag for a common breed. A needle and thread to show this is us, a new republic near the Southern Cross. Raise the flag for all to see. Stake out the lane for liberty. Stake out the lane for liberty. I'm an Australian woman, for a voice I yearn, and when we make the next move, there'll be no return.
So can I ask you guys a little bit about yourselves and your experience at Newstead?
Well, shall I go first?
Please.
You know, clockwise.
I mean, in particular, I think you should talk a little bit about this brilliant recording that you've been making. Mm-hmm. I know that it's coming out soon, and it's called, the project's called Above the Bit. Is that right?
It is called. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Nigel and I have known each other for a long, long time. We've been mates for 15 years, and watched each other and been a part of each other's kind of musical journey, and always wanted to do something together. And Nigel came up with the concept, which he might talk about, but and asked me to be a part of it, and we went away and wrote this album. And the term Above the Bit, or the name, came from a line in one of the songs about a horse rider, but we finally got to do something together, and we've recorded this album, which we're really excited about.
And of course, Above the Bit refers to holding a horse.
The horse attempting to evade control of its rider, putting its head up, high, so that it's not in contact with the bit. And Nigel, that was in a line of an early song that I'd written that I thought might work for it, and Nigel said that's kind of like a metaphor for something that all these
it's kind of like,
is like, are going through.
Yeah, it's sort of like that overarching sense of mutiny and civil disobedience.
Because that's really what the album is about, isn't it? So basically, you've written a song about the region. Is that right?
We've got that song there was about Ballarat. The Eureka flag. So the women who sewed the Eureka flag. Well, there's a few historians. Claire Wright, being a well-known historian, she's narrowed it down to 4 women that, according to her research, she thinks sewed the flag. And
the Eureka Stockade.
The
flag.
Eureka Stockade, that was used at the Eureka Stockade, and I guess that song is about the idea of the whole Eureka thing. It's been a lot about the blokes, and now it's like, well, actually 40% of the population were women and children, and that song is about the women that actually played their part in sowing the seeds of democracy.
And there was quite a lot of upheaval, I guess, around this area at the time. We're at Newstead at the moment, which is not far from Castlemaine.
Yeah.
And I'd say we're in the central Victoria.
Yeah.
And I certainly know that not far from here, you drive past a big sign that says the Monster Meeting.
Yeah.
Which of course, which I always thought was just some kind of big event, like a cowboy meetup, or like maybe there's a flash mob once a year somewhere in regional Victoria where people go and do the Monster Mash. I don't know. But it turns out, of course, that it was a huge uprising.
Yeah, that predates the Eureka Stockade as well.
Yeah, and there's been lots written about it too, which is really cool. I guess with this project we were wanting to try and dig up some stuff that hasn't seen the light of day as much. And certainly the story Luke wrote with the Above the Bit line was one of those, and this one took a little bit of creative license, but there's a bit of research behind it as well.
Yeah. Well, it's a fantastic song and an absolutely brilliant album, and I was so stoked to have been asked to do a few harmonies on it. So
yes, Mandy features on this one, Mandy Connell.
Not just the host of An Otherwise Quiet Room, I also get to come and record sometimes, which is so cool. So I feel kind of like I've got to see the project almost from the beginning. I've heard all the demo recordings that you made, and then watching you go and work. And of course, you worked with a brilliant producer for this. Can you tell us about that?
He's not too bad, is he?
He's all right.
Matt Walker.
Right. He's been a major influence on Nigel and I both for years. I think I saw him, playing with Matt Nash in 99 or 97 or something at Byron Bay, and just idolised the guy, and what are we? 15, 20
years later.
I think
many years later, to be able to do this record with him has been a real dream.
It's been cool.
Yeah.
Well, I found him to be incredibly professional, but so on the money, just completely drilled down into the work. So I'm really excited to hear the finished product.
Mixing it right now, actually, and there's plenty of Mandy on there.
When do you think it'll come out?
Well, it'll be this year. Stay tuned. We're not going to name a date yet because we haven't quite got it, pressed yet. But it's coming. It's coming this year.
It's a watch this space for 2019 thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining An Otherwise Quiet Room. I'm so pleased that you could come and talk to us. And I just wanted to ask you one more thing, which is just a little bit about your impressions of the festival. Have you got any highlights so far? It's only Saturday afternoon, but...
I was lucky enough to catch your set last night, Mandy. No, honestly, we hightailed it here, my wife and I, to catch up with our dad, and I said we're going 7 o'clock to the Troubadour and to catch Mandy. And, because we'd heard your wonderful singing throughout the recording of the album, and your songs... recorded song, so it was great. It was, but to be honest, we went straight home afterwards. We figured we couldn't top it, so...
Well, fair enough. After my set, there was
That's
nothing.
right.
I was pretty happy to arrive, actually. I drove
you've had a
400
fair old
kilometres.
hike.
Drove from Tamworth yesterday.
You're right. Fresh from Tamworth Country
Yeah, it was
Music
about
Festival.
1,200 k's, and 400 of those k's, or 500 of those k's, it was 48 degrees. So I was happy to get here, and it was nice and cool. It was only 35.
Oh my. Well, there is heaps of amazing music. I hope that you get to see some of it and you don't just have to work the whole time.
Yeah.
But before you leave us, will you play us one more song, just the two of you?
Yes, let's do it. Come all you rambling sailors, gather for a time while you can. Tomorrow we shall see the devil's face, hiding in the face of man. When I was a child, I will tell thee, I had not a dollar nor a cause. Now I am a sailor on the sea, stranded on the darkest shore. And if you have a loving mother, think of her and rest for a while. Think not of the stories that we heard, blowing from that distant heart. Look upon the smoke in the distance, rising up to heaven's fold. Look not on the baton in your hand, but use it when your blood runs cold. Come all you rambling sailors, gather for a time while you can. Tomorrow we shall see the devil's face, hiding in the face of man. Thanks.
Thanks so much for listening to An Otherwise Quiet Room. I hope you've enjoyed these episodes, and if you have, please go to our website, anotherwisequietroom.com.au, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, or subscribe to our podcast. Just Google An Otherwise Quiet Room podcast, you'll get there. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to bring you the next one.